Scorpio. Hey, how's it going? And welcome to my channel if you are new, and welcome back to all my previous tea leaves. How's it going? Scorpio, this is your reading for the month of August 2022. However, my readings are timeless, so when this reading comes to you is when it is meant for you. This is a general reading, so it may not resonate with every single Scorpio. If that is the case, please check your moon, rising, and even your Venus sign, as those placements and those readings may better benefit you with information this month. Also, if you are looking to schedule a personal reading with me, the information for that will be listed in the description box below. That is the only way to schedule a personal or any type of reading with me. And just know that I will never reach out to you on any social medias of any form to schedule you anything. So if somebody is reaching out to you saying they are me, Tarot and T, Jenny, and you can rest assured that that is a fake profile, and you can go ahead and block and report at your will, okay? So if you would also be so kind as to hit the thumbs up button and share this out for me so that other Scorpios can get the messages for the month of August, that would be totally awesome, and I would appreciate that so much. Like I said, this is your main reading, Scorpio, for the month, but there will also be a mid-month bonus reading coming at around the third quarter of the month. And basically what that reading does is it's a kind of a spot cleanse. It kind of picks up any type of energies we may have missed in this reading. Also, if any of the energies have changed from this reading, because tarot is all about energy, and energy is fluid and ever changing. So you may have chose to go left instead of right, said yes instead of no, all because you had the knowledge that you had a forthright because of this reading. So sometimes the tarot can be a helpful, but it also can be a hindrance. So just keep that all in mind, all right? And without further ado, Scorpio, let's jump into your reading. All right, Scorpio, this month we are showcasing for our general reading the Maxwell's Rainbow Tarot. Now, this reading is this deck is near and dear to me because Maxwell is a delightful 6-year-old young man who completely conceptualized and drew out every single card in this deck by himself. Well, with the assistance of his mom, that is. So you can read all about Maxwell, his mom, and how they had this deck come into fruition via Kickstarter in the description box below. There is a link to the Kickstarter campaign, and like I said, you can read all about it there. All right, so if you're not familiar with the style of readings that I do, for the monthly reading, we're going to just pull a general reading first. We're going to see what energies come through. There's no direction, no rhyme or reason. It can be a love reading. It can tell me about, health or finance or anything like that. But ultimately, it's just going to give us the overall objective for the month. And that can go any way it wants. After that, we will go ahead and go into the love portion, where we will do a reading for both singles and those in committed relationships. Following that, we will go ahead and pull cards for advice moving forward, to just kind of tell us what to go and what to do with what has been provided in the reading. And then we'll close it off with the oracle card from the Gentle Creatures Wisdom deck. All right, Scorpio, let's see what's going on this month. Okay, right off the bat, we have the Hermit card, the Four of Swords, and the Six of Cups in the reverse. Alrighty. So we're watching and observing, taking a break from things, trying not to think too much. Thinking's been pretty painful for Scorpios lately, is what I'm getting. Or at least certain Scorpios. That is directed in this reading. The World card in reverse to the Knight of Swords. Okay. Alrighty, Scorpio. What's going on? Why are we feeling so yucky? Tower in reverse. Okay, so there's been a lot of chaos for you, Scorpio, and I get that, and I feel that it's a lot of mental chaos, a lot of combative energy with possibly, depression or just inner turmoil. We're trying not to think about the things that we're leaving behind. We're trying not to think about the things that we have left behind. We're not trying to reminisce on old past energy. But you know what? I see that you're going onto social media or you're seeing things being said or done about stuff in the past. Now, this could be previous relationships. This can also be if you're having any distance from people, places, or anything like that. Maybe going on social media and you've been spying on people or just seeing it. Not necessarily always, the Knight of Swords doesn't always have to be a spy, but he definitely is somebody that is watching and observing without saying anything. All right, he's just kind of, and with that Hermit card, that's exactly what you're doing. You're trying to be coyful about it, but at the same time, the Knight of Swords, when he's in the reverse, like I said, he's spying, he's peeking, the intentions are kind of subjective to each independent Scorpio. With that World card in reverse, I feel like you're going through a cycle of things, and this cycle has not yet completed. Like you haven't tied up the loose ends that you need to tie up, Scorpio, and it's really hindering your happiness, your overall happiness. This could deal with family, whether extended or your own. And right now you're kind of seeing like, am I ever going to truly reach the happiness that I'm desperately trying to bring forward? Am I ever going to reach the happiness that I'm desperately trying to obtain? There's a certain group of Scorpios out there that are like, is my family ever going to accept what it is that I truly want? And you kind of feel like, you're on the opposite end of a world you once knew. Okay, that's a specific group of Scorpios, but nonetheless, it's like, you know what, I'm so far away from everything that I once was, but I I'm trying to gain my happiness here. I know my happiness is within reach, and absolutely it is. It's on the board here, so it's there. You're just trying to create a situation to where the World card flips and the Ten of Cups flip over, because then that would define as overall happiness and total completion of oneself. So you have to work inside out on this one, Scorpio. You're going to really have to figure out what it is that is making you happy, or what you perceive will make you happy. You do not have the Nine of Cups in reverse, so the codependent energy isn't there. You don't need these people, these situations, these things in order to have total completion, yet you're going backwards and figuring out that you do, or that you want to, you're trying to figure out if you do. Okay, you need to just take a break. You need to just, not fixate on it. I'm not saying take a break from the internet or take a break from people or anything. Just take a break from your perceptions on things, because there are times, Scorpio, where we are our own worst enemy, and we do put things into context that didn't belong there. Like we tried to fit it into that narrative. So that's what I'm strongly seeing here for you, Scorpio. And with that Tower card in reverse, like you're trying to rebuild a new life outside of something you once knew, and it's been very difficult. But because you do have these cards here, albeit in reverse or inverted, that doesn't mean that the happiness isn't there. That doesn't mean that you went in the wrong direction. It's just, you got to work with yourself. You got to work with that inner cycle to really flip these cards around and bring forth that energy that is there. It's just stagnant and hidden because you're putting so much on top of it. You're putting, I need acceptance. I need to be the best. I need this. I need that. And finding out you don't, because it's already there. And the person that's standing in your way, that's tripping things up, is you, Scorpio. Okay? So, interesting energy for sure, Scorpio. But we're going to go ahead and move forward to our love portion of the reading. We're going to start off with our singles. So, any Scorpio that hasn't changed the status on Facebook or any social media, any of the Scorpios that are like, I haven't met the family, and we're just kind of dating, we're kind of something, but not really. If you're not 100% certain that you are with this person and the titles are there and it is not subjective in any way, shape, or form, then this reading will be for you. Alrighty, one more shuffle for the single Scorpios. for August 2022. All right, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Alrighty, so it's saying here, let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. Alright, so there is a Scorpio out there that needs to know that they cannot control everything. And I understand that Scorpios like to do that. They are worse than Capricorns at times. And I know because I am a Capricorn and we try to control everything. If we could control when the sun comes up, we would do it. So there is a Scorpio out there that's like, you know what, I want it to be this way, and you're so desperate for it to have an outcome that you would like, that you are willing to try to, you know, fly a plane without a pilot license. In other words, sometimes you just gotta let things be what they are and take it as it comes, because let the universe do what the universe does, and you just sit back and enjoy the ride. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and clarify this card for the single Capricorns, for the single Scorpios out there. Alrighty, so Nine of Pentacles to the Four of Swords to the Seven of Swords. Okay, so right now, this is you trying to be all in control in your glory, and it's telling you to take that step back and not try to force things, not try to be sneaky and conniving, and not trying to make it happen the way you want it to, even though that is kind of, Scorpio, that's kind of your natural course of things, right? You know, you're always seeking the glory of something, because Scorpios have a natural presence and a natural tenacity where they are the stars of the show always. And if it's not going in that direction and you really, really want it to, you're going to try to do it as best you can. But it's telling you, don't do it. Just take a break. Let this, basically reiterating this card in and of itself. So that is what I'm seeing for these single Scorpios. Interesting. Next is all of our wonderful Scorpios in strong committed relationships. You know, those that are engaged, those that are married, those that are going to head into those avenues. Just like I said, those that don't have any subjectiveness to the terms between them and their partner, and those that have no doubts that they're with that partner. This reading, I was like, this wedding, is there a Scorpio out there that is getting married? This might be very much applying to you. Give me one sec, Scorpio. There we go. My headphone came off. All right, one more shuffle for our Scorpios in committed relationships. Let's get some advice. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in committed relationships for August 2022. Oh, both of those came out. All right, so we're going to take them. Romance. Cupid's arrow strikes. When it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of love, of life and love. All right, all right. So there are some Scorpios out there that have found the one. This is the one, and you know it more than ever. And you're needing to rekindle, or you are in the process of rekindling, the romantic factor of your relationship. And just knowing that the things that each of you like and each of you dislike, there's nothing wrong with that. The quirks, the things that make each other come alive, and even the things that make us deflate emotionally, there's nothing wrong with those. They are actually just a very definitive sign of who each of us are individually and as a couple. So we're going to go ahead and pull some cards to clarify this for our Scorpios in relationships. Get a couple shuffles in. One more. So we're going to go ahead and clarify these cards for Scorpios in a relationship. Alrighty. Ooh. Got the Two of Cups. So there is a Scorpio, like I said, right? There's a Scorpio that's like, I'm getting the wedding bells. This is a harmonious union. You've got the Two of Cups here. This is definitely leading into the future. You guys are making plans for the future. Now, don't let anybody rob you of your thoughts. Don't let anybody rob you of your happiness, because I know you're in a tug of pull right now over what you want, what should be, what others perceive, what others are, projecting on you. Throw that away. Realize when it comes down to your commitment, when it comes to your relationship, when it comes to those Scorpios that are even trying to move forward into marriage, the only thing that matters, it's not the cake, the dress, the photographer, the venue, the people. It doesn't matter, because those things are a one day or one night situation. The most important thing to realize is the only two people in your marriage are you and your spouse, and those have to be the most important things. And the showcased item is not the cake, it's not the rings, it's not the colors, it's not the flowers. It is your love. And if your love's integrity is strong and shining bright, even if you didn't have any of those things, the flowers, cake, blah, 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 it's all superfluous, because the showcasing factors are already in you. Once you make that agreement to wanting that marital commitment to somebody, you've already said the vows in your heart. You're already there. The rest of it is just paperwork. So just remember that. And to those that are already married, don't forget where you came from, who you were, your plans, and where you are now, because they all include each other. And just re-spark that romance, and remember that those little quirks, those little things that, sometimes bother us, but sometimes also make us laugh, they enrich you. They enrich your relationship. They enrich your marriage. Alrighty, so we're going to go ahead now and get that advice moving forward for you, Scorpio. The advice overall moving forward for this month and onward. For Scorpio, advice moving forward for Scorpio. Advice moving forward for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs in August 2022. Alright, your intuition. Look at that. 2 of Wands is back up there again. You know what needs to happen for your future. Alright, it may seem like a heavy burden, and you're seeing some struggle. You might even be experiencing it, but it's all forward movement. It's all going to show you the direction you already need to be heading in. And I think you already know, Scorpio. You're like, I'm scared, and it's heavy on you, and you're like, I have a lot to do, I have a lot to work on, and all that. But you know what? You're strong enough, you're smart enough, and you're brave enough, and you know how to do this, and you know what it takes. Why are you going to be afraid of something that you haven't even done yet? Enjoy the experience. Enjoy the ride. All right, it's going to teach you everything. Living life is never, it's not supposed to be, unicorn farts and flowers and glitter and all that shit. It's supposed to be cycles of highs and lows, fast and slows, things like that. So don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of the hard work. You've never been afraid of hard work. You've endured hard work 99% of your life, right? So why are we afraid of it now? And, to those Scorpios that are like, is this marriage thing going to be too much for me, because of all the things that I have to do and all the, things I have to be and blah, blah, blah. Don't worry about it. Just focus on what you do know. Focus on that love aspect like you had in those previous readings. And I promise you, this ends up becoming this, right? It ends up going like that. Just focus on your future. Focus on what it is you truly, really want, all right? And with that Chariot, it's time to make that forward movement, all right? It's time for you. And I feel like if some people aren't making that forward movement in those aspects of their life that, it could be career-wise, it could be, taking a physical move from, one place to another, one part of the world to another, one state to another, whatever, making those physical movements. If you don't make them, I do get a strong sense of foreboding and the regret of that. All right. So we're going to go ahead and, like I said, close this off with a final card from our Gentle Creatures Wisdom deck, to just kind of seal this off, the reading for Scorpio for the month of August 2022. Scorpio's Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, August 2022. Show me the card for Scorpio. Oh, you got a couple, Scorpio. Turn back and conquer. So you know what? When people are fucking with you, Scorpio, when people are like, you know what, they're talking behind your back, they're doing stuff, you know what, Sometimes it just suits you better to do an about face and just move forward and conquer and do you. All right? Worrying about the past, taking that turn backwards, the only way to sometimes defeat some of those negative past energies is to know that you have already done it, because that's why it's in the past. All right? Then there's some Scorpios out there that we need to remember that we always need to tie up our loose ends. All right? So sometimes we need to go back and fix those things, turn back and conquer. And I think that goes without saying right there. Alrighty, Scorpio, hopefully those messages have come through loud and clear for you this month. You had some pretty good stuff. You had some great advice moving forward. There's a lot of positive prospects for you, especially in the love life. I want to thank you so very much for allowing me to read for you this August 2022. And just a heads up, every Sunday is the live all signs reading, 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard, 10:30 Eastern, where we read for all 12 signs of the zodiacs with a live chat that you can participate in, and we would love to have you there. All right, Scorpio, I will see you sometime between now and forever, and you take care.